Thank you very much. Appreciate everyone being here today to talk about the role that the tax-exempt sector has played in a positively in our economy, but also some of the issues that certainly need oversight. As we know, bad apples can spoil the bunch. As you all know, we are currently fighting an unprecedented number of migrants coming through our southern border. And it is firmly believed that assistance is being provided to thousands of these individuals before they even set foot in the U.S., from being told what to say, and some even having the business cards of nonprofits and immigration attorneys in their possession. We know that individuals crossing our border through the southern border, quite frankly, every single one of those individuals is paying the drug cartels to get here. That's the reality. That's how the drug cartels are making billions of dollars every month, that then they in turn use to traffic drugs into this country, kill young Americans. We saw 100,000 deaths. So it's all connected. I mean, that's the bottom line here. And we have nonprofit organizations that are helping in this trafficking of individuals that end up profiting these drug cartels poisoning Americans. So I guess my question is, we know of some larger names, Catholic Charities has come up, Salvation Army. I mean, one of the shocking, one of my local news affiliates, they said that the Salvation Army even provided migrants with a plane ticket and a note directing the TSA to allow the individuals through airport screening and to board the plane. Like, that piece of paper is supposed to be their identification to get on the plane. I mean, this act alone should be grounds for swift action. But we also know that Catholic Charities in San Antonio has arranged more than 4,000 flights to cities like Chicago and Denver and New York. My city is dealing with a crisis now because of the president's open border policy. And we have local institutions who are helping. They're getting tens of millions of dollars in contracts to house these individuals. They're taking away assisted living facility from seniors in my district to put these individuals to just cross into our country from the border. And after just residing in 30 days, Bill de Blasio tried to pass a law that says they can actually register to vote if they have work authorization, which is it's just outrageous. And then you have these groups, Legal Aid Society, for example, in New York City, that is pushing the mayor to continue to house these individuals, saying that the New York City right to shelter law actually applies to citizens of other countries. It was meant for New Yorkers, not citizens of other countries. So you have all these nonprofits, local and national, that are playing a role in this illegal immigration, okay? And we have to figure out a way to stop it. And so my question for Mr. Walter to start would be, you know, considering the role that these 501c3 organizations are paying, they're relying on taxpayer-funded grants from the Biden administration or elsewhere to do this. They are receiving private funds, they're receiving foreign funds, they're receiving all sorts of government funding to continue this madness that my mayor says is going to destroy New York City, and we see what's happening all across the country, unsustainable completely. What can we do about this? Should taxpayers be concerned about these 501c3 entities that directly undermine our efforts to secure the border and help relocate unvetted individuals to communities all over the country? And what can we do about it as an oversight committee?
Well, thank you for the question. Government funding of nonprofits is always a problematic issue. The great Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan, a Democrat, from New York, famously was disturbed deeply as he saw a growing percentage of nonprofits who should really be supported by private citizens become more and more supported by the government, because it creates precisely this problem that you say. On the one hand, I believe the nonprofits do care about the sufferings of immigrants, but at the same time, they are given this enormous financial incentive to increase the number of immigrants precisely to increase the amount of government dollars coming into themselves. And I think charities dominated by government dollars are not going to be as effective as charities supported by private citizens.
No, it's very true what you're saying, and I think that but what can we do about this? Because like even in New York City, we have an organization called Homes for the Homeless that was running an assisted living facility. They literally kicked out veterans and seniors from the assisted living facility and then turned around and entered a contract with the city in which they were making $28 million over the next couple of years to house these migrants instead. I mean, that's horrible. So how do we disincentivize this, or how do we hold these municipalities accountable that are actually doing it?
Well, that's certainly a tall order. I mean, in the end, it's the border crisis itself that is the greatest single driver of this.
That's right. So President Biden should just do his job and secure the border, or Chuck Schumer should take up our Border Security Act. I completely agree with you. It'd be nice if the Senate did something over there. I yield back.